What is up, party people? It is your favorite e-board member from SCSU TV, Sebastian Gonzalez. Just kidding. I'm your second favorite. I'm here with your favorite.
Ben, Palmieri.
And here with two of our good general members.
I'm Will.
I'm also Will.
Wow.
But with the son, Wilson.
And this is SCSU TV Summer Movie Report. So, gentlemen, what do you guys think of this summer?
Pretty good.
I didn't
It's
see
alright.
many movies this summer. I'm not gonna
Beginning
lie.
of the summer, movie-wise, is better than like the second half, which kind of stinks. But it wasn't terrible. There weren't as many great movies, I feel, this summer as there have been in like 2017.
That's
Because I remember 2017, every week I went to the movie, I really liked it. But this one, it was like every other week I saw a movie and I liked it, and sometimes I really liked it, and then there were some times where I was just like, oh, okay.
There's one thing that this summer had that this summer didn't have that 2017 did have.
War for the Planet of the Apes
I was going to say Transformers.
Ooh.
and Dunkirk.
Yeah. So what would you guys say is like your list for the summer movie
Alright.
season?
I would say first movie is Hustlers. Just kidding.
That didn't come
I
out
would say
this
my
summer.
number one of this summer. Oh man, does it count as
No,
number?
it came out in
Nah,
September.
yeah.
Spider-Man. I would say Spider-Man's
Alright.
my first. Second, anything but Lion King. I'm putting Lion King as third. I saw the movie yesterday.
That's the Beatles one?
Yeah,
It was terrible.
I wanted to see it.
It's like
It
I
doesn't
feel like
look
deep
good at
down
all.
we all have like a bit of a fantasy, like what happens if artists didn't exist and only we knew who they were and we like
No, but it was bad. Like,
It doesn't look very good at all.
like the beginning was good, and then it was like,
Yeah,
oh
like,
man, this
almost there
movie's
was
actually
another
pretty cool.
hour and a half after.
Wait, but do you want to know the ending? No one's gonna watch the movie. So John Lennon appears.
But he's dead.
Hello? Can I help?
Exactly.
He just like pops up out of nowhere.
Oh, he's
Yes.
just, like, covered in
We were
bullet
all
holes.
scared.
Oh my god.
And it was terrible CGI. Like it was so
Oh,
bad.
they CG'd him too.
Oh man.
Oh.
No.
That's
It's
kind
like
of sick. That's
John
the
Lennon
best
appears in CGI bullet
Oh.
holes.
It was so awkward. Like no one clapped. It was like 9 people in the theater. It was opening too. Yeah, that was my summer.
Dang.
Hustlers, Yesterday, Spider-Man, Lion King.
No, Spider-Man,
more
Spider-Man,
Chick flicks.
Spider-Man was great though.
Yeah,
That was
disappointed
when,
with it.
when I went to see Spider-Man. Like I wasn't expecting it to be. It had a bit of a Doctor Strange vibe to it.
That's why I loved it.
Yeah,
Like,
I was
even
not
though I never
expecting that.
seen it.
But that was amazing. The thing that like kind of bothered me a little bit was I wish they kind of established that he had spider sense in Homecoming because in Infinity War he just like gets it out of nowhere, and then this one I guess he like
He's like
call
OP.
it the
like,
Peter Tinkle.
Yeah, that was
Also a very weird name.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
There was a
either.
couple things like subplots with that, but Peter Tingle, his friend Ned. I didn't like Ned in this one that much because he had nothing to do.
Oh, he had a girlfriend, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he had a girlfriend for a week that he got after 9 hours.
No, it was so funny. I love that part.
Yeah, and that is hilarious.
But that fight scene though.
Yeah.
That fight scene was amazing.
The whole time I was wondering, like until it was revealed, I'm like, is like Mysterio actually from like another multiverse? Because they were playing into that,
Yeah.
and when they explained it in the beginning, I'm like, holy crap, they're actually leaning into this.
I was excited for them to do that, but then they didn't. But Doctor Strange, I think, is gonna do that.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
one movie that we all definitely saw, so we're just gonna go into spoilers because if you haven't seen it yet, then that's on you. Endgame.
Oh my
What do you
god.
think?
And
I cried like a-
Endgame was
Yeah.
Like a B word. I don't know if we can curse. Can we curse?
I really liked that. I love them.
If you do, let's just keep it to a minimum. That's less beeps.
Okay.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I don't know. I liked the ending because I saw Captain America like right back like when it came out. I saw that when I was like younger, and that was kind of cool. But I'm not a big Marvel person, so not only did I not understand most of the stuff that was going on,
Yeah.
but it was very hard to want to keep understanding it. So I kind of just blanked at a lot of the parts of the movie. But I'm not the audience, I guess.
I really liked it. I loved it.
Yeah,
thought
I
it
really
was-
enjoyed
I
it.
thought it was really good.
I don't know, like I knew it was gonna happen. Like I compared it to Infinity War.
Mhm.
I don't know if
They're
they're two.
different.
Yeah, they're two different movies. I think Endgame has a better ending.
Infinity War moved.
Infinity
faster.
War
It had-
just
it
it's
was
just very
really,
well
There
paced.
was no like downtime in that movie.
Yeah, with
Which was fine because they had to. Yeah, they had to set up the gauntlet
and the time travel
and then the
stuff.
time travel stuff.
With Endgame, like that's a movie I can just throw on the last 1 or 2 hours and I'll be perfectly
true.
fine. The first hours I can do completely without. But Infinity War,
Hmm.
that's like I can just like I can't put on the last hour, but it's better like watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't need like all of Endgame.
Endgame in the beginning was kind of like
It took its
Like,
time.
it took a little, like it took some time, like it,
It kind of
but
reminded
it all
me.
made it good for when it
Yeah.
went to
It
the
kind of
end.
reminded me of not much, but the Hobbit movies, because the second Hobbit it ends with the dragon going to the village, and then it ends on a cliffhanger. And I was like, they're not going to show that till the next one. And then the next one, it's like 5 minutes that he destroys it, and I was like, you couldn't just put that in the last one so we could get the third one going. And it wasn't really like that for Endgame, but because I know they wanted to do the snap originally, they were going to put it in Endgame and not have it in Infinity War.
Mhm.
So
Because it was being written as just Infinity War
Yeah.
Part 1 and 2. But
Yeah.
as things were going, like, they saw, like, both movies were becoming very different. Yeah. I can just imagine Will, like, when Cap wields the hammer. And then everyone's cheering, and Will's just like, wait, what's going on?
I liked the that
well, I mean,
part
that's
I
kind of
of
like
got.
basic knowledge. Like the hammer, you got to be worthy to pick it up.
Yeah.
That seems crazy.
Yeah, that scene was amazing. Like, everyone cheered at that scene. If there was one scene that everyone cheered, it was when Captain America started beating Thanos.
The vibe in the movie theater was insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There was no
But did
vibe.
everyone think Iron Man was gonna be the one to die?
It was gonna be.
Mm, I thought it was. My money was on Cap mostly because
And
like
Black Widow bit it, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay, she's dead.
Oh yeah, but oh my god, I forgot all about that. What?
I think everyone did.
I got the whole movie spoiled for me, but I didn't really care.
Well,
that
yeah, you didn't
much.
care. So.
Yeah, so I kind of just went into it knowing what was gonna happen.
What did you think about Cap like turning old at the end? I know there was a lot
I
of.
was fine with
yeah,
that.
there was a
Yeah.
lot of.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a perfect ending. Like, what
Everyone
else are you gonna?
was like,
what else are
oh,
you
that's
gonna?
stupid. He wouldn't do that. I'm like, well, It's different with the movie and a comic book, because a comic book you could have it like for hundreds of issues, and then you could do something like that. But the movies, you're limited.
My thing was that was kind of like how it worked with the time travel, like they established in the movie. But
Yeah.
I just accepted it because I thought it was like a really good
Yeah.
ending for him. There was actually a draft of the script where Cap dies and he's like his head is impaled on Thanos' sword,
Yeah, Thanos,
and that's
it was
like what starts the
2014.
final battle.
They
Nah,
kinda-
that would have been.
That would have been crazy.
But that would have been extremely dark.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that
Well,
more.
They could have done that. I mean, The Hobbit. Again, I don't know why I'm bringing this back to The Hobbit. The first Hobbit had like an orc holding a dwarf's head
Oh my god.
up, and it was
Oh, yeah.
PG-13. So like they could have done it.
I mean, Endgame had Hawkeye slitting a guy's throat, and you could like see like the blood and everything.
Yeah, they did do that. I forgot that.
Yeah.
I like
They
that
turned
part.
Hawkeye into a badass
Yeah,
with Ronan.
yeah.
Ronan was a complete badass.
And I don't even like Hawkeye like that.
I liked him
and
after
then
Age of
Endgame.
because he did something there.
But would you prefer Captain America dying the way he well, he didn't die, but the way he was sent off, then them killing him off?
I'm fine with that.
Like if it was a sacrifice play, because that's his character.
But that would have been sick if
Yeah.
they did like, because that would have put Thanos on a big giant pedestal
Yeah, that
to where
would've.
like, oh my god.
I like it was unexpected, but I enjoyed it. I thought
Yeah.
it was a great end to his arc, and he finally got to be with Peggy.
How about Falcon?
I don't mind it.
I was fine with that.
I would have like even if it was Bucky, I would have been cool with that too. But I feel like Bucky still has a lot of issues to work out.
Yeah,
Kinda-
He's
After
still messed
Civil
up in the
War,
head.
they kind of really just pushed Bucky aside.
yeah. Then
They
he
were
was
like, it's like Infinity War. I was like, oh, he's gonna have something to do, and he's in it. And then in this one, he's also kind of in it for a bit, and then that's it.
the amount of hate Civil War gets.
I like
Civil War was amazing.
It
That
was
fight
alright.
scene too. I mean, I feel like Endgame. It's like I wish they had more rights to everyone that actually can be in the movie
Yeah,
to
they do now.
show up. Yeah, without Spider-Man now.
Watch the next Avengers is gonna be Avengers plus X-Men plus Fantastic Four.
Which I don't care. Like I really don't care because like all the interesting stories they could have
Plus
told
Batman
from the
and
comics
Superman.
with like Tony and Cap with the X-Men and the Avengers, they can't do now because they're dead and old.
Yeah.
So it's just not gonna like I don't really care.
And how about you, Will? What did you see? The little things that you saw this summer.
Oh, I don't have many movies I can actually put on a list just because I usually just don't go out and see things that I'm excited to see. I'll just wait for them to come out. But I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and that's like one of the few movies I've actually been able to enjoy in theaters, other than maybe like Baby Driver. I enjoyed seeing that, but most of the time when I go and see like I saw Toy Story 2, 4
Oh my god.
in the theaters too, and that was a decent movie. But I don't want to go into a sticky, nasty theater and just watch a kids movie. I just don't vibe with
That's why you
that.
do what I did. You go to the Thursday showing.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Thursday night
I
showing.
enjoyed Toy
Yeah,
Story
that's
4,
Toy
but
Story 4 is my favorite movie of the summer.
like,
Really?
I enjoyed it. I didn't love it because I mean I was never a huge Toy Story fan.
I was. That was
But-
for me. It was like Jurassic Park and Toy Story growing up. So
Yeah.
I feel like the ending could have been. I don't know. Like they had so much potential to make it more sad in a way.
I think it was sad because
Because
I
I
was-
looked at it and I was
looking at it, I was like, because there was a draft. Are we spoiling now or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
fine.
so spoiler. We'll put like a spoiler alert thing at the bottom, and then Yeah,
Right there.
yeah, right there. And then
What's nice?
there was an original draft, I think, where Bo leaves and goes with the because there was the girl I think that was crying at the carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The girl
but
that made
then-
Forky.
No, not Bonnie.
Oh,
the
Forky's
girl
the
at the
guy.
carnival who was crying, and then the doll Gabby went with her. I think Bo was supposed to go with her, but they
Love
didn't.
Forky.
It didn't really work. And the way they set the movie up was because Bonnie really didn't have a use for Woody anymore, even though Andy kind of just like entrusted his most prized possession to this girl, and she's like, you know what, screw it, I'm putting you in the corner for a couple years. And then, so he didn't have a point. There was no purpose of him sticking around because his job was done. This movie was more about him letting go. Because Toy Story 3, it did end beautifully, and when they announced they were doing a fourth one, I was like, I was worried, but then the way they did the fourth one, I was like, oh, because they had this scene in the beginning, because Bo wasn't in Toy Story 3. And in Toy Story 1 and 2, Woody and Bo, they were like a couple. They were a couple. And then in the third one, they bring Bo up, and Woody was like, yeah, even Bo. And he's like upset. And then we get to see that in the fourth one. And I thought it was a nice progression. It took a while to get out. It was like a nice arc for him. Bonnie doesn't need him anymore. He doesn't need his job he did with Andy. And that was like why Forky was there.
Forky was hilarious.
And that was why Forky was there, and that was why Bonnie was there. Or not Bonnie, Bo. To kind of tell him it's okay to move on. Like that whole scene at the climax when they first try to save him and they all just got wrecked. And then he snaps, he's like, this is all I have left. So it's like...
Oh, and when that scene when he goes back?
Yeah. He's like a machine. I guess you could say he's like a machine at that point. Like it's his job to make a child happy. And then he realizes...
Like he never thought of like what made him happy.
Yeah. And I just did a 5-minute analysis on Toy Story, and I am not mad at myself for that. So that's why it was my favorite movie.
Bo Peep's surprisingly badass as well. Like I wasn't expecting her like to be she's they have the strong female character, but she's also very adventurous. I really enjoyed her character.
They make them so thick for some reason.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Of course, they do that for all the Disney females, even the toys. It's propaganda. It's the ideal female form according to Disney. Now, what I believe we all saw this summer, John Wick 3.
Nope, I haven't seen it.
I love it.
I've never seen a John Wick
my top
movie.
3 this summer it was Toy Story. We are counting Endgame, so Endgame, and then John Wick. Because John Wick
3 was
insane.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, the first 5 minutes of the movie, he kills someone with a book. He fights like a bunch of guys on a horseback with a sword, and it's amazing. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It's like when he goes into the horse pen, he taps the stomach, and he just knocks freaking guys' brains out with a horse.
It was amazing.
I don't know.
Oh my God. Should we look up the knife fight so that they can?
No, I don't want to spoil it anymore. Another one I like too is Godzilla.
Oh, Godzilla! I forgot all about that.
I like Godzilla.
Godzilla, the effects and colors.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The CGI was beautiful. The story.
The only qualm I have, there was a few. Was one, they keep saying, "Oh, Godzilla's in this movie a lot more," and he's not. But the good thing is the other monsters are there too.
Yeah, I like that part of the movie.
I like the humans a little more. I like Ken Watanabe's character. He was from the first one. I like Kyle Chandler. Fun fact, he was also in that Peter Jackson King Kong with Jack Black. And Millie Bobby Brown I did not like.
Jack Black.
My main problem with it wasn't with this movie, but the other ones in general, is for some reason studios feel the need to cutting away from the fight to show us what the stupid humans are doing.
Yeah.
Like screaming or something.
Yeah, screaming or running. And B, the main fight sequence was at night and in the rain. And they had like an in-story reason for that was because, Ghidorah, he has his own like...
He's flying climate change.
He's a flying climate change monster. He's like making hurricanes and stuff. And I'm like... And then I was reading something like, it's harder to animate in the daytime than it is at night, which I'm like, really?
That makes sense.
It? Even with rain and stuff, with all the water?
The last like big daytime monster fight I saw was Pacific Rim Uprising.
We don't talk about that.
That movie was booty.
We do not
waste my money
on
that.
That's like the one. No? That was like the one good. I'd rather watch the last Transformers movie than Pacific Rim Uprising.
I wish with this Godzilla they would have my biggest thing was the camera placement. A lot of it was like from the human perspective.
Yeah.
I would have preferred like just more wide shots, like more longer
like that
wide
scene
shots.
they showed when they were charging each other.
Yeah, for the majority of the movie, I saw the first Godzilla. But I still didn't know what was going on. Like, it was all just so much information just thrown at you to where the ending, where it's like Godzilla going King Kong and they're going into that.
That's a weird thing that he's fighting King Kong because he's already fought the most deadly of the monsters, Ghidorah, who is a lot more powerful than him, and he beat him, and then he's like, "Oh, yeah, you're gonna fight an ape in the next one."
Yeah, but it's a big monkey.
According to them, King Kong is still growing. So,
But
How
still,
big is he gonna be?
yeah, he's gonna be. Godzilla's
be
a nuclear
Earth-sized.
reactor.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna be as big as King Kong. Maybe as big as Godzilla, but
Godzilla.
slightly bigger. I guess it'll just be like, because I guess Kong is very agile, so he'll be like jumping off walls and stuff, and kicking him in the face.
And like throwing him.
Yeah.
Those walls are
Like
just
Donkey Kong.
skyscrapers full of people, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
every single time.
Hopefully, Millie Bobby Brown is in one of them.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I think she's
Not
gonna be in it
even-
again.
not even
She's
the
gonna be in it
character.
She's
again.
gonna be in it again, and I'm like, damn, why are you here?
It's gonna be her and Bryan Cranston.
Does she have the accent in that movie, or she's on
It
the
slips
American
sometimes, but
front?
she's American.
I can't even
She always
imagine how
slips
many
out of it.
people died in King of the Monsters that we just like don't care about. Like,
No, they evacuated
Didn't
them.
they destroy like the whole field? What field was that? The baseball
Yeah,
field?
but they evacuated people.
no, when
Almost.
when Rodan flew.
Oh, the amount of people that
That
died.
died.
Oh no,
Like,
when Rodan showed up,
oh my
yeah, no,
goodness.
people died.
when he was flying, you just see the wind like blowing everything away. I'm like, yep, there goes
There was
Mexico.
loss of life there.
Gotta talk faster.
All right, Lion King.
Oh,
5 minutes.
I didn't
Lion
see that
King.
movie either.
I didn't,
I didn't think we were talking about Lion King.
I was
But-
excited, and then I saw Beyonce singing and Childish Gambino singing. So I forgot that they sing in that movie.
I saw it. Okay, I saw it once with my mom because she really wanted to see it, and then I saw it with my uncle because he wanted to see it, and I was like, I got to get out of the house, so fine, I'll see it. And then it's just that movie hurt because the first one's a classic, and it's
Oh yeah,
insanely, it's really good.
Yeah.
And the reason it works was because it was a cartoon. It wasn't a nature documentary. They could emote, they could laugh, they could cry, they could, express emotion. And in this one, it was like, no, we're not doing that. We're gonna just have lions talk to each other, and
And bank on the fact that Beyonce is huge and all her fans are gonna.
and
come
she
see
was
this.
awful in the movie.
Yeah, and her
Yeah.
album was awful too.
She was terrible.
It's pretty crappy.
Beyonce is awful in general.
I don't care for. That's a whole other thing. But like,
I don't listen. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous, but I don't really listen.
Like, I
She's
did.
gorgeous.
There was like
Yeah.
the biggest issue
Yeah,
with
that
Lion
was-
King was that Mufasa scene. Well, there was many things, but there was two big ones for me. There was the Mufasa scene,
Yeah.
and then
I've
there
seen
was
that one.
Rafiki because Rafiki in the original he has the staff and
Yeah.
stuff, and there was an important part when he beats Simba over the head, and he was like, "Oh, what'd you do that for?" He's like, "Oh, it's in the past. It doesn't matter."
Oh, and this one is there's just like blood and like
Yeah, and then in this one he's like,
brains.
he doesn't have it for most of the movie. I'm like, so they're not going to give it to him.
He just backhands the hell out of him.
But then he gets it before the end battle, like he's Kratos in the newest God of War finding the Chaos Blade. He's like, my old friend. I was like,
Gun.
why didn't you? What?
I didn't like it, but it was a fun watch, you know.
Visually,
Made me feel like
Yeah, visually, I guess.
enlightening.
It
But
was kinda
visually,
good.
it was insane how good the visuals were. But that's also another.
yeah.
That was a downfall to it too, because it was so unemotional. Like, yeah.
It's also the fact that the original was already perfect. Like with Jungle Book, the original wasn't a perfect movie.
Yeah,
Like
that's
there
true.
was room for improvement, which was what made the live action much
I
better.
would rather have them done something different with Lion King. I really would have. And if their argument was like, oh, then it wouldn't have been like the original. Go watch the original.
Or just don't make a live action Lion
Or
King.
don't make
save
live
save your money.
action
Donate that
Disney
money to
movies.
hunger. Or something.
And then people were like, well, then
How much
how are
money
you
did
going to
they
introduce?
use
A lot.
to make it?
That was a lot of money. I mean,
Burn money.
3 minutes.
I love when Mufasa dies and Simba is like no, and his face is so blank and
Funny-
emotionless.
funny-
That's
That's-
exactly.
The original was on the other night, and I'm like, this is sad.
That and when Nala and Simba are singing, the
It's
song
a
is supposed to be at night and
during
it's the day.
It's like
Like
the
why?
afternoon.
Just change the lyrics to the day or something, or make it at night.
My biggest qualm was because people were saying, "Oh, this is a way to introduce the newer younger kids to Lion King," and it's a stupid argument because I'm thinking I didn't need a remake of Jaws to watch the original Jaws or a remake of Star Wars to watch like New Hope. Just show them the original. It's not
Do you
like
think they're
They're
gonna
made
make remake Lion King 2?
God, I hope
I
not.
hope
That would be awesome if they made. Have y'all seen Lion King 1.5?
That I
Oh
would
my
buy.
God.
That I would watch.
Lion King 1.5
Because
live action.
Timon
number
and
one.
Pumbaa were like the same saving graces of this thing.
Really, it was who was it? It was
Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen.
That's Billy Eichner or Billy Crystal?
No, not Billy Crystal.
Oh, I was about to say. Really?
And I think it was so good because they ad-libbed a lot. They didn't follow the script.
Yeah,
But they're also just like actual.
It's
Animals.
it's weird, but they were the
It's
best
scary.
part.
Billy
It's-
Crystal. Could you imagine they make a live action Monsters Inc?
Don't.
Really quick. I forgot about this one. Aladdin.
Oh,
What,
didn't
see
see
that?
it.
didn't see that.
I'm not gonna.
I
waste
saw
my
it in the
money.
gym when I was doing cardio, and I was like,
What did
it
you-
actually it wasn't as bad. I mean, I didn't care too much about it, but when I saw it, I enjoyed it for what it was.
Lion
I-
King.
I thought Will Smith was pretty good as the genie.
Oh, he had so much hair.
Naomi Scott as the princess was beautiful. The vibe with Will Smith and like her friend was pretty funny.
Moral of the story: Disney, stop making live action movies.
Or just stop making movies. It's not working out for y'all too good. Like, what was the last good Disney movie that came out? Like, if you think about it, because Pixar's
University.
Pixar. That's Pixar. There hasn't
true.
been a good Disney movie.
That is
Wreck-It
true.
Ralph.
That was okay.
Ooh,
That was good.
It's all
Wreck-It
right.
Ralph,
like
Zootopia.
Princess and the Frog was the last
Hobbs and
good
Shaw.
one.
Anybody see that?
Huh?
Nope.
Hobbs and Shaw.
No, I didn't watch that.
I enjoyed it, but I gotta see it in English because I was in Ecuador when I saw it, so it was all in Spanish.
So it was Hispanic Hobbs and Shaw, where they were actually talking Spanish. Or
Yeah,
subtitles?
but it kind of bothers me though because when they speak in English and they speak Spanish and they mouth in English, that just bothers me. And then like the dub actors for the Spanish are not the
They
same.
had dub actors.
Yeah.
¿Qué vas a hacer?
When it's like when they're told to work with each other in English, they're like no effing way, and then it's just like claro que no.
And their mouth is still moving, but the words aren't.
Yeah, huh?
They actually.
Yeah, they kind of changed that up too.
Maybe all we need is a Spanish Lion King, and it'll be better.
No.
I'm not
probably
gonna
what it was
lie.
made for.
Animated movies, especially Disney movies in Spanish, are always better.
Well, they're trying to get a market.
All right, gentlemen. So overall, what do we think of this summer? Was it strong, weak, in the middle?
Yeah, it's weak.
There was
thought it was
a
really
few really
boring.
good ones, like I said.
Yeah, I'd say it was in the middle. I didn't see as many as I thought I would.
Just
What
watch
about you?
TV. It's better.
Just watch
I used
Netflix.
to watch
Netflix
TV, then
is so much
college
better.
took that away. Like, I lost all interest in TV because of work.
Really.
But hey, Joker's coming out.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
see how that
Yeah.
is.
I can't wait for the debate on that for the next 3 months.
I think Joker's
He's getting
gonna
an
be
Oscar.
be interesting. I've heard that it's terrifying, but it's like a reflection of reality, which makes it even more terrifying in a way.
Because that's when I watch comic book movies. I really want to make sure to remind me how garbage the real world is. That's why I go to watch them.
I'm not expecting a happy movie from that.
Yeah,
No,
I think
I'm-
it's going to be extremely
I'm
dark.
expecting to leave that movie like
Hating myself.
not being able to sleep at night
I hope so.
because I've heard like
Crying.
I've seen reviews for it and I've heard that it's like legitimately terrifying.
Oh my
Good.
god.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Wow.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. All right, so Ben's got to bounce. So thank you for watching. This was SCSU TV Summer Movie Report. I'm Sebastian Gonzalez.
I'm Ben Palmieri.
I'm Will.
I'm Wilson Valois.
Yes. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
Where's this?